Hello, and welcome to the Simz Serotonin Podcast, where we encourage you to action 3Gs to grow, glow, and go after your goals, your ambitions, and your dreams. And today we're in the city of Bath with a wonderful guest, Amrita. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name's Amrita, and I am a student at the University of Bath. I'm a fourth year management with marketing student, which is how I know Seema and how we've met each other, doing coursework together and having been in the same classroom for the last three or four years. And that's it. That's a little bit about me.
Thanks, Amrita. Now, I'm going to ask you a question I always ask my guests. Who are you truly? I've asked you to give me an intro, but who are you truly? And how are you truly feeling right now?
I'll answer that question the other way around. How I'm feeling right now is really relaxed, really chill, and happy, very much in my zone and in my environment. And I think that's because I don't have any exams, and coursework deadline season is all behind me. And I still have 2 more weeks of enjoying January, the cold, beautiful, wonderful January
We were
weather.
saying, though, it's not extremely cold today.
No, it's not. It's actually a lot better than it's been over the past couple of weeks, especially at the beginning of January. It was like -2 or something.
Yeah.
It was freezing. Yeah. But yeah, I'm in a very chill zen mode. I'm training for a powerlifting competition, which is quite nice, and I have that sense of routine regardless of not having uni still on quite yet. And who I truly am, I think I'm a very determined person, and I have goals and certain aspirations in life, and I try to check myself to make sure that I actually am consistently working towards them. And that's all I can say.
And I will definitely say that the part about goals and being determined is very much you, especially with what I've seen about you through powerlifting. So tell us more about that, your powerlifting journey, how you got to... Because I know you didn't do powerlifting before university, so how did you come about it? What made you fall in love with it? Because she's like... The BBC wants us to interview her. Like, she's a crazy cool powerlifter, guys.
Thank you. I think... Basically, I stepped foot into the gym in the autumn of 2021, so roughly about 4 years ago. And I had a gym in my building, so this was right when COVID had hit, 2021, and gyms had slowly started to reopen in my society, in my building complex back home. I'm from Mumbai, so... the gym had just recently opened up, and my brother was home at the time, and he was like, oh, I'm going to the gym. And in typical younger sibling nature, I wanted to copy everything that my brother does. And
what's the age gap?
He's 4 years older than me.
Okay.
But throughout my entire childhood, if my brother has picked up a new hobby, I have picked up that hobby. He wanted to do chess, I did chess. He wanted to do karate, I did karate.
Really? Oh,
everything.
That's why you did karate?
Yeah, because I just used to copy him, and I'd be like, oh, he's doing it, that means I need to do it. And he just randomly was like, oh, I'm going to the gym. And I'm like, I'll come with you. And that was the first day I stepped foot into the gym, and I have never missed a week since then. It was the first time, and I loved it. Like, I fell in love with it. I have always loved playing sport and being active as a kid.
How did you fall in love with the gym the first time you went? Like, did you know how to use the machines? How did that work?
I kind of figured it out. It wasn't obviously like anything crazy. Like, I didn't do deadlifts or any like huge movement. Yeah. I was mostly on the machines. I used a couple of dumbbells. I followed the instructions that are on the machines, like the labels. And I used a Smith machine to do squats on it. And that was kind of it. I've done karate as a kid, so I kind of know what exercise is in general, like some kind of body weight movements. And I just really liked the feeling of lifting something heavy, even though I wasn't that heavy back then. I was like really lightweight, and I didn't really know what I was doing. But I just really liked it, and it was fun. And I've never missed... Like, I don't think I've gone longer than a week without going to the gym, and that's always when I've gone on holiday or if I've been sick. So nothing.
And even on holiday, you do crazy things. Tell them how much you walked, how much you cycled in Tenerife, and not Tenerife, in Canary Islands.
It was a really like easy 25-kilometer cycle or something.
Easy,
like that.
You know.
It's so chill.
No biggie.
No, I like being active on holidays as well, because I just feel like lazy or sluggish. And I'm eating so much food, and like my belly is just full. It needs to go somewhere, the energy.
It needs to move, yeah.
But yeah, I started, that was my very first introduction to the gym and lifting, or basically exiting the treadmill zone, because I'd been to the gym before, but it would always be on the treadmill or the cycles, or that was it. And the weight section was in like the back of my gym, and it had this like different colored foam mats, and everything else in the gym had tiled floor, and I was just like, I can't go onto the foam mats. There's like, you know, like really complicated machinery in the foam mats. It's not that complicated. There were dumbbells and like this one massive machine, and that's it. It was not that. It's really not that complicated.
No, but I get you, because the weights are like in the back, and it seems like
they
a
look
territory you can't really enter.
Exactly, and especially if I was going by myself, if my brother wasn't there, I don't think I would have had as much what do you say, confidence going back there, because I'd just be like, what is this? And I have to Google it, and there was no network in that part of the gym anyway, like you can't even Google anything. But yeah, so that was sort of the first time. And then when I came to uni, in those 2 years, so uni started 2022 September, so like roughly a year after that, and I was always going to the gym and like lifting stuff, and then I went into that Instagram and YouTube spiral of finding fitness content, and I came across powerlifting, and I saw that people would do this thing, like they'd compete in squatting, benching, and deadlifting, and I knew how to squat and bench, like I somehow like learned that over the years. It's you know, like the fundamentals of gym is probably those three big compound movements. And I kept seeing more content, and I was like, oh, okay, I want to lift heavy. And so that across that year, before uni even started, I would kind of make my workouts surrounding that, like kind of have squat, bench, and deadlift in the center, and then everything else around it. I didn't really know what I was doing. I wasn't very like what do you say? I was trying to lift heavy every single session. That's not really how you're supposed to train. But every single session I was like, oh, I did this last week, I'm going to do this and more. It wouldn't move.
No, but that's good. That's a good mindset.
It's a great mindset, but it's a bit demoralizing if you go in with that mindset and then you don't achieve what you think you can achieve. But it's just because that's not how it works. Like the human body doesn't function in that way, and that's not how you train either. But that's what I was doing for fun. I was 17 years old, did not know any better. And then I came to uni. I joined a couple of team chalk sessions, which is the powerlifting society here at
Why is it called chalk? Is it because people put chalk to
yes, that's it. That's how it started. Yeah. You put chalk on your hands to get them to dry up before you pick up before you deadlift.
And does that make it less painful or easier to hold?
It's not painful, but like imagine if your hands are really greasy and oily and slippery and you're trying to pick something up, it's hard to grip onto it. So it's basically just for grip. To strip your hands of any oils that they have before you lift. And so in first year I kind of joined the sessions. I went into some of the weekly sessions, and I was like, I was like in and out of it sort of, and I didn't have any. I really wanted to sign up for my first competition, but I was like, no, I need to be able to lift this much to be able to sign up for my first competition. And so that's all that went through my head.
Did you actually have to be able to lift a certain amount?
No.
So why'd you stop yourself?
Because I was like, no, I'm not good enough. No, I need to be better to be able to compete. Everyone else around me is so much better. I think at that point, my deadlift was like 100 kilos, and I was a 64, 63 kilo body weight, which in powerlifting terms, that's extremely average, if not below average. So in my head I was like, oh no, I need to be able to hit this number to be able to go onto stage, and not stage, but onto the platform and be able to perform. But and that's not really how it works. Anyone at any level of any expertise can compete, and you should compete because it's just fun.
Really? Like literally any level? Any
level. You could go up there and pick up just the bar and people will still cheer you on.
Really?
Yeah.
But where's the competition element? Like
it's obviously you wouldn't win. You wouldn't like necessarily win. But the whole point of meets, like powerlifting, I think is a sport where it's very much you versus you. Especially at so basically you have district comps, which is like southwest of England competitions or Midlands, or I'm not entirely sure how the
one that you have coming up is Exeter?
Yes, Exeter, so that's Southwest Powerlifting Association. Literally called that SWPLA. And so you've got powerlifting associations across the country, depending on the territory or district. That's what it's called, and those tend to be they're more chill. They're definitely you versus you, as in no one. It does not matter how much you come in there and lift. It is 100% about you being better today than you were yesterday.
Nice.
I think the competitive and competition element comes in when you're at Bucks or at nationals or internationals, Euros, like big competitions where there's more stake. But at the district level, at the very first preliminary level, I would say anyone that wants to compete and wants to lift heavy should just do it. It is fun. It's a great day out, and you get to set a baseline, right? Like if you do it tomorrow, you know you're going to be better in 6 months, and you have something to show for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you just keep to yourself in the gym, that's great. Like at least you're being consistent and showing up. But when you do your first competition, then you feel like, oh, I want to do another one, and I want to be better next time. And I think in first year I didn't sign up to any competition. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then in second year I had like more of a driving force that like kind of pushed me out of it, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sign up. I got a coach. I put in the monetary investment. I think that's so important. If you don't have any money invested into it, you're so likely to quit. But I got a coach, so like
externally to uni?
No, from the uni, but it's like her name was Stella. Yeah, with Team Chalk. So she was the Team Chalk captain, like the powerlifting captain that year, and she also has clients and
she was a student.
Yeah,
nice.
She's a student. She doesn't coach anymore, but at the time she did. She's a great coach, fantastic coach. She was very Ella.
Shout out Ella.
Ella,
you
yes.
should send her this.
I might, yes. She was a great coach, and she's who I worked with, and we started in December 2023, and I had my first competition in 2024. So 2 years ago, just exactly 2 years ago. It was February 2024.
Oh my gosh.
So we worked together for those 2-ish months, and then I came to my first comp, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fun. I want to do this again. And
where was it, the comp?
It was in Bristol.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, it was a Bristol versus Bath varsity competition. I think I came dead last. I think I was second last or last. That was what my score was. And I just remember seeing that. I was like, okay, that's fine.
But like you said, it's you versus you.
Oh, 100%. It is you versus you. And I was just happy that I got to go, and like I was there, and I have these really cool videos and photos from that meet. And it was just fun. It was great. Just the whole experience and atmosphere was great. But that was my like first little step into it.
So that's what got you into it. And you continued a replacement, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the thing. Like when you do your first competition, you're just as soon as it's over, you're thinking of what to do next. Where you can compete next, how you can do better. I really wanted to qualify for Bucks. So you need to do a district competition in order to qualify for nationals, which is either nationals or Bucks, which is university nationals.
Okay.
So it's slightly less competitive and easier to get into compared to nationals. So my goal was like, I'll get to Bucks, blah, blah, blah. I missed Bucks qualifying total by like 30, 40 kilos or something. I was like way under. I'd gone to my coach and I was like, I really want to go to Bucks. And she's like, we'll try our best, we'll do it. Yeah, did not happen. That was the goal. That was the
Aren't you in Bucks now?
Yeah. So that was that was it. That was the first year that I did it. I was like, I had like these lofty goals. It didn't work out, but I was like, it's gonna happen. There's no way that if I continue doing it, it will happen. And my second competition was I think January of last year, so January 2025. Yeah, end of January last year, and that was the competition I did qualify for Bucks, so I did make it. Yeah, and from then I did Bucks as well last year. Great experience. And
what was different about your experience in Bucks and before Bucks?
Ooh, what do you mean?
Like, are the competitions very similar, or are they more intense? Like, do you feel more pressure?
Ooh, I think Bucks is a lot more intense. There's more competitors. There's more, again, like, there's just more stakes at it. Like, if you win Bucks, you get to go to uni nationals. Sorry, uni internationals. Or Euros. Or, so there were, I think, just about 40 people that competed at Bucks in my weight class. So that's 40 direct. 40. Wow. 40. So that's a lot. That's a lot of people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and if you compare that to like districts, it'll be maybe 2, 3, 4 people in your weight class, in your specific weight class. It works a little bit differently, as in you're technically competing against all the females, just because it doesn't make sense if you're one person in one weight class. than your default win. But you in districts you usually compete like all females versus all males would compete against each other, and you get like a top 3 best lifter in both genders. And whereas in bucks it's weight class only, and the weight classes have so many competitors, and you have extremely incredible athletes, people that are, you know, they could basically pick a car off of you. They're that strong.
You're joking.
I'm not. They're so strong.
Oh my god, a car!
I'm sure. Some of the girls are just insane. Like, I think I fangirled so much at Bucks because I got to, I mean, I didn't speak to them personally, but I will this time.
Yes.
But I saw a bunch of people that I've seen on Instagram, because everyone, the powerlifting community is quite close-knit in that sense, that everyone kind of posts their progress and their videos and has Instagram handles, especially in Britain. The UK powerlifting community is great. And
you've been posting you post snippets of your lifting progress. I want to see more of that.
I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to be more consistent with posting it. I tend to like post it on my spam, and then I'm just like, I'm not going to post it to my main, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, I think I should post it on my main.
Yeah, you should.
So I do.
It's motivating. Like, when I see you lifting, I'm like, I want to go to the gym right now. Like, it has an effect on your audience.
That's so sweet of you to say. That is so sweet of you to say. I will. I think this might be my pushing factor.
You heard it here. We're keeping you accountable, Amrita.
Okay. I will. 2026, this is my year to become a content creator and push people to go to the gym. And I think that's the main difference between bucks and district comps, but both are fun.
What do you think something about like your powerlifting? No, what do you think? My English is not Englishing. What about your powerlifting journey do you feel like has surprised you?
Ooh, surprised me. I think if you were to tell me 4 years ago that I was so dedicated to weighing my food, like literally every morsel of my food, this past 2 months I've been on a cut to make the weight class that I'm trying to compete in February. And especially, I did not lock in at all over Christmas, but the second January 2nd hit, January 2nd, not even the 1st of January, but it's January 2nd, I was like, I need to do this. And I have consistently weighed everything I've eaten. So like kept a track of what I'm eating. I'm not very strict on like the kind of restricting myself from eating things. Like you see, I just snacked on a bunch of cookies and crackers.
She has these cookies that she loves. They're like filled with hazelnut.
Hazelnut heart. They're from Lidl. I highly recommend.
And we had like a deadline in December, and Amrita was like, guys, you need to try these. They were good. They're
very good cookies. But yeah, it doesn't matter. I've been like tracking my food and being like very consistent with what I eat, which I would say that is my biggest struggle. Like I love lifting and being active and all of that, but food, I just want to eat, man. Like food is so good. I don't know why I would want to like keep myself from eating everything in sight. But
so how did you find that balance?
I think it's when I kind of have started to equate food with more as how I feel. So whenever I go back home, like when I go back to Mumbai for Christmas break or summer vacation, I find myself being very much less active because there's not much to do. I don't have uni going on. I don't have to go to the shops to get groceries or cook my own meals. I'm just kind of laying in bed and my mom's coming in and feeding me.
Princess daughter.
Yeah, princess treatment. My dad's also like cutting me fruit and he's like, oh, come, like I'll give you some fruit. And I'm just like lazy and there's not much for me to do. And it feels internally and physically bad. Like I feel lethargic, I feel sluggish, I feel like my brain is working slower, my body is not moving as fast, and I also just don't feel that good. Like my gut doesn't feel that nice, and just generally overfed. And I feel like when I go into that sort of state and I think about how nice I feel when I meal prep, when I eat like right and I eat the foods that I like. I don't think eating right means eating boring. My food is great. Like I love the meals that I make.
Oh my god, I love her meals. She always comes in with her meal ready and prepped in her box, and I'm like, what are you having today? One day it's, give an example of
I had chicken Thai curry for lunch today, with quinoa and rice and like a side salad. It's great. Nice. And yesterday night I made some chicken burgers.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's also like there's so much variety and nice things for me to make. I'm like scrolling on Instagram and I see a recipe. I'm like, this is what I'm having for dinner tonight. And so I actually love my food. I love eating the way that I do. And sometimes I'm like, oh no, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And then I go back home and I eat the way that I used to eat, or I eat the way that we eat at home. And I'm like, I can't do this. Like I feel awful. I just don't feel very good. And
Okay.
I physically just don't feel nice. And that's it. I think that's the driving factor. The fact that I feel good about myself and I feel good in my body and what I'm eating when I eat the way that I do. Of course, when I'm training for a competition, it's a little bit different. I think that's a little bit stressful, like doing the whole counting your macros and weighing out everything that you're eating. That's a different thing compared to normal everyday life where I'm not thinking about it as much. But otherwise, I love the way that I eat. I just eat balanced and get my like nutrition. Like you need food to train well. You need fuel. You can't like undereat, and you can't eat random things. Like you need a full proper meal with carbs and protein and fats and everything, that all the good stuff that keeps you going.
Food is fuel.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta fuel yourself the same way you fuel your car. I'm trying to think of other things that need to be fueled. You get the point. Okay, cool. And would you say that powerlifting has maybe changed? Because we know we had a conversation about this before, but your love for health and wellness and powerlifting has maybe changed the trajectory of where you see your career going and your future.
So yeah, I think that's actually probably one of the things that has surprised me. The amount of
Sorry, I never let you finish that question.
No, I think
go ahead.
I think I did not finish that question, but this is like brought about more thoughts where I don't think I expected to have so much passion for this. And yeah, you're right. I think in the future, in the next like near future, in the next 5 years of our life, I would like to do something in that space where people and fitness and enabling people to have better lives and better quality of life. I think it's beyond sport. I think powerlifting is a fantastic sport, and any sport that you do competitively is great for you and your body, yourself, competitive spirit. If you're someone that's really competitive, I'm really competitive. That's why I like the sport. I'm just like, I just want to win. I don't win. That's a different issue. But
you will.
I will someday. No. I truly 100% believe I will someday. And that's not me being cocky or anything.
It's not.
I just believe, and it will happen because manifestation. And something I want to do, with my life is hopefully bring people to fitness, and not lifting in the gym necessarily, not like picking up weights. That's not necessarily something that everyone enjoys, but doing some kind of activity, eating better for themselves, taking care of themselves, improving what they do now to be able to live better in their 70s and their 60s, in their older ages. Because I've personally seen back home, especially older adults, like people that my neighbors, family, extended family, and everyone just struggles with everyday activities, and it's just really sad to see. Like you'll see family members that are in their late 50s, mid to late 50s, which really isn't that old, right? Like mid to late 50s is not old at all. You've got lots of your life left.
That's so chill.
Yeah, exactly. You've got so much of your life left, and they'll be struggling with things like sitting on a chair comfortably. They'll have knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain, back pain, head pain, every kind of pain imaginable. And that is something that can be quite easily solved with a couple of lifestyle changes. Just resistance training, some kind of resistance training. It doesn't have to be you go to the gym an hour every single day. You could literally take a couple of resistance bands, 15 minutes a day, and that's probably enough. There's a lot of research that shows, well, I wouldn't quote it because I don't know the exact research too well myself, but there are sources that say that, just a very little activity can be a lot to change pain and little aches and pains that you're having in your life. And I feel like that kind of education, especially back home, I think in the UK, in the West, that the education is a lot better. People do know.
Why do you think that is? Like, why is there that disparity in different regions?
I think it's priorities and also just education. If I go outside in Bath right now, bet I will find at least 10 older adults, like middle-aged adults that are on runs, right? That are training for the bath half, that are in the gym, they're training their children. I went to Brighton last weekend and I saw...
Really? How was
it was lovely. It was a great city. And I walked past a gym and I saw a mum and her son, like a little kid, 5-year-old, that were training together.
Oh.
And I just think that's the kind of...
In the gym. There's only like a limit usually. I remember I used to always want to go to the gym when I was like 13, but they'd be like, like 18 plus. Usually.
Yeah, I think it depends. Some gyms let you go if you've got adult supervision. I think, I don't know, maybe they have like specific policies. Maybe she paid someone off. I don't know. But like, I just really like seeing that site, you know. Her kid was maybe like 5 or 6 years old. But they were just, you know, chilling, having fun together in the gym. And I think that's what is so different. I think in India it's changing with the new upcoming generation, but the older generations are quite stuck in their habits, and you can't really blame them because there's reasons such as priorities. I think my parents' generation had a lot to deal with in terms of like worrying about the economy, income, trying to provide for your children in such a like economically difficult time, pretty much, that putting themselves first is something that was always at the end of the list. I think that's very common even in Middle Eastern households, South Asian, Southeast Asian households, where parents just put their kids first and foremost. They live for their kids, which is a wonderful sentiment. But on like at some point, they do need to realize that the kids need you to be at your best.
To live for your kids, you need to invest in your health.
Exactly. And I want my parents, not just my parents, but my extended family, I want everyone that's around me to be healthy, to be in my life for as long as possible. And that's only possible if you take care of yourself and if you invest in yourself. And there's no amount of influence or no amount of talking that I can do to convince someone to do it unless they want to do it themselves. Because change is always, it's innate, it's... no matter how much external influence there is, it's only you that can make that change. And it's just that kind of thing.
That said, the fact that, like you said, to your point about priorities and maybe living for your kids or investing time in your job and your career, that taking time, what is a recommendation you could maybe give to someone who feels like they don't have time to go work out or to invest into their fitness?
I think it's honestly just starting small. It's doing like the one like tiniest thing. Maybe it could be something like if someone really struggles to eat breakfast or doesn't have a great breakfast, or maybe they just like eat a pancake and like a banana and they rush out of the house. That's actually not that awful for breakfast. I think that's all right. But maybe just adding a yogurt before they go to work or anything like that. Maybe exactly, getting that protein and eating a different fruit. Maybe if you eat a banana every day, switch it up to an apple and a banana, or maybe making a breakfast the night before and having it ready for the next morning. Something really simple that doesn't take a lot of time, and stick to it consistently. I think that's how you start building just better habits, because I don't think fitness is something that you should have to think about and like constantly be drained by it. It's something that's habitual and becomes a part of your life and your lifestyle. And but the issue sometimes I find is that people go online and they see influencers doing 75 hard, where they're like, 2 workouts a day, 3 liters of water, this much protein, no sugar, no happiness, no joy, all of those things in like one day for 75 days straight. I'm like, what? Like, I mean, I'm really proud of the person I'm really happy for the person that's able to do this. And everyone that's able to do this, it's really impressive. I recommend your discipline. I commend your discipline. But not everyone needs to do that. You don't have to do that. That's not the only...
You can also do 75 soft, right? Yes. You make your own rules.
Exactly.
Take it light.
Take it easy. To just do one thing, because life is hard. People have things going on. People have kids, parents to take care of. They're like... Again, thinking about career, income, all of those things. There are so many other overheads. People that live in busy cities like London, you're traveling half the day, 4 hours of your day is like taken up in commute. It's not realistic to have that kind of such a rigid boundary. And I think that's where it should start from, having something that is easy to do, that you can consistently do, say for even 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you've done that habit for 4 weeks, then maybe you can try and add something else to it. I think that's just how you start. You start with something very easy, achievable to do, and move on from there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Small steps, baby steps, consistency always wins, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I also think it's really important to like look back and be happy of whatever progress you've made. Be happy with what you've done, and also like reflect on how it makes you feel. Like if suddenly say you've started eating breakfast regularly and you feel more energized, you have more energy in the day, you don't feel sluggish as much, and you realize that after 3 weeks you're just like, oh wow, I did that, like that actually happened, and this was a direct result of this one tiny change that I made in my day. And that is, I think, what motivates people, rather than, I think a lot of people like chase goals like, you know, weight loss or this type of achievement, which can work for a lot of people, and it's great to work towards, you know, wanting a better body in essence is not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of people want that, and that's fine. But I think these kind of short-term goals where you're like, oh, this is making me feel better in this way, or maybe you can't, maybe you can do 5 push-ups and you want to do 10 and you achieve that goal. It's like a mini goal that doesn't take as long perhaps to achieve, and when you do achieve it, you feel that like little bit of gratification and that little
like,
win.
Me.
Yeah, exactly. Go me. And that, I think that is what keeps pushing you, because having this one massive goal that may take you like a year, 2 years, and working towards just that and being unhappy with what you're doing now does not work, does not help, and it just makes you feel like a loser. Like in my own experience, I would just say like I feel so driven when, even if I'm pushing the same weight, like say in lifting, if I'm pushing the same weight today that I did 3 weeks ago, but that weight moves faster today, that's a win. I'll go home like with a smile on my face. You could see it in my videos where I'm just like, oh my god, that moves so fast.
Yeah. And
that's it. Like that's how, like, you celebrate that little win, and that's how you feel motivated to keep going and to keep showing up.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Celebrate the small wins. And Amrita, I know that you're doing your dissertation research on...
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what your actual question is at the moment, but have there been any finding... I know that you said you're also thinking of changing it.
Yeah.
But has there been anything across your research that you feel really has influenced I guess ever since you started research, anything that you researched that has influenced your actions since you discovered whatever it was that you came across?
Oh, well, my research question, I wrote about something obviously for my brief and whatever submission I did, but I'm not very convinced by it. Basically what I was looking into was the marketing of protein products, so how companies design protein products, how they're marketed to consumers, and just the whole epidemic of protein becoming this like superfood and sort of very important macronutrient. It is an extremely important macronutrient. It should, especially if you're someone that trains, that runs, is active, has an active lifestyle, very, very important. Even if you're a little bit sedentary, very important to preserve muscle mass and just keep you feeling good. But I have always had this thought that sometimes companies are just slapping the label on without...
Protein!
Yeah, they're just like, oh, high protein, eat this. And sometimes it's not necessarily what's best for you. And what my research actually found is that the UK is quite good at not doing that. The UK has quite a lot of policies that restrict companies from just kind of overtly using that label and using it however they please. The US, not so much the case. I think they're a lot more lax, and I think their products it's easier to manipulate customers with how protein labeling is done in the US. So I'm not really sure where my dissertation is going to go. I'm kind of hoping to have a talk with my supervisor and then have renewed inspiration and something to properly research in terms of what effect that kind of labeling has, that kind of marketing has on consumer behavior and consumer purchase decision.
Interesting. Yeah. But I do think, like, to your point, the whole slapping protein on his label is a very prevalent issue. Or not issue, but like...
It has potential. It has potential to become problematic.
Yeah, because, yes, it's important, but having a protein bar that is very sugary and it's not really made of any natural resource compared to having, like, I don't know, like a small dark chocolate as a sweet treat, because like that's actually like gonna fulfill your sweet tooth. Whereas like eating like this gigantic, or not gigantic, but this like protein bar that tastes like cardboard and just having it because you feel better because it says the word protein on it, it's not really the same thing.
Yeah, not at all. And
So-
I think protein bars can be a convenient option for someone that's looking for quick energy and it's gotten, usually they have nuts and, you know, like good stuff in it, but it can't be a meal replacement one, and it cannot be a chocolate replacement because it does not taste like chocolate at all. It really doesn't. And the issue I have with protein bars is that also they're often not very great on the gut. They've got a lot of artificial sweeteners.
Yeah.
So if they don't have sugar and if they've got artificial sweeteners, they're not very gut friendly, and most people don't find them to like settle well. I think they have their place, and like obviously protein bars can be really, really useful.
Especially if you're like on a hike or something.
Yeah, 100%. Or if you're in like, if you're training and you're competing or something, you obviously don't have time to like eat a whole bowl of food. You're gonna grab something quick and energy. So yeah, it has its place, but anyone that uses it as meal replacement, no, they've got to find something better to eat.
Yeah. Interesting. Lots of insightful thoughts in the conversation. And speaking of our conversation, what's one thing that you think you're going to take away and do starting today?
I think probably something to do with the content creation on my Instagram page, because I've been putting that off for the longest time.
Why?
And I don't know, I always feel like, you know, I need to have a plan in order to actually post, and what do you say? I have a spam account where I post a lot of things, and a lot of them are very unfiltered and quite, what do you say, not aesthetic at all. Like the meals that I make, they taste great in my opinion. And
why do these posts only go to your spam account?
Because it's easier to put them up there, to have like really random commentary, because I'll always have like something really quippy to say, because that's just me. I'll be like, I don't know, I'll have like a random picture and I'll post it, and I'll have some really sarcastic message on top of it, and that's what I'll post. Or I'll post some like really fun progress photo gassing me up, and I'll post it on my spam, like, yeah. And I'll be like, no, I don't want to put that on my main. That just feels like too exposing. I think that's the thing. It feels too exposing.
Can I give you a challenge, Amrita? Try posting some of this unfiltered, raw, unaesthetic content. Just try even like one story, one meal that feels not so perfect. Try posting it and see the reaction, because I actually think that, and I was telling Amrita this, you inspire me with how you're just very you. Like it doesn't feel like you have too much of a filter, but not in I feel like that doesn't sound as like nice as I mean it to sound, but like even in lectures, you know, when you answer, when you put your hand up, like you sound super real, and it's very refreshing. And for that reason, I actually think like there's a lot of power in vulnerability, and people will connect to that raw, authentic, like unfiltered content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the quote unquote messy things that aren't as pretty to post.
Yeah.
So that's my challenge to you.
Okay.
You can accept it, you can deny it, decline it, or you can make your own alternative to it.
I might take you up on that challenge. Maybe you'll see my dinner posted on my Instagram story tonight.
Okay, I hope I do.
We'll see how that goes. But I think that's
Stay tuned. Follow Amrita _panda.
_
Do you have a public account?
Yeah, it's public. Yes.
There you go, guys. And you were saying, sorry.
No, yeah, I think that's my main takeaway. I think I'm gonna do something in that realm. Maybe like look up some way to, you know, actually start becoming maybe a personal trainer, or get a nutrition course, something along those lines. I've always been like wanting to get some kind of education or qualification in it, but I've not really found the right thing, or I've just been like, this is not perfect, maybe this would be better, and I just need to like stop thinking about it that much and just do whatever's available and accessible, and then figure out from there, because it doesn't have to be perfect.
Defo.
But yeah.
What's to wrap up our podcast, Amrita, what's one way you'd recommend the audience listening to you today to spread their serotonin?
Spread their serotonin. Maybe do what I'm going to be doing tonight, which is post whatever you want to your story and hope that it reaches someone and makes them laugh, or brings them serotonin, or it raises the serotonin levels, something along those lines. Because I remember I'd actually posted the story once of me in the gym. I was just goofing around on the leg extension machine, and I just like got up off of it in a weird manner, and I had like I think I put the Subway Surfers track music or some kind of like really funny music to it. And I just posted that on my main story, had a caption, and again, it was just something like a really quippy like thought that I had, and posted, and I had like 12 replies to that story, and I was
really?
like shocked. Yeah, because it was just something
Because
random.
it was you. It was just funny. It was fun.
It was funny, but it was just like so random, and something that I would 100% have put that on my spam. But I was like, you know what? Who cares? I'm just gonna post it on my main
I
story.
care. I want to see.
And
We want to see.
And I got so many replies to that, and so many were like, "Oh my god, haha, that's so funny!" And I was like, "Wow, okay, cool. Like, thanks, guys. I know I'm hilarious, but that's, it really helps."
You are.
I think that's what you guys should do, with your time. Post something, and it doesn't have to be that deep.
Share your shine. Share your message, guys. All right. Thanks so much, Amrita. This was so fun. I loved learning more about your powerlifting journey and hearing recommendations and all the aunties and the ammos out there. Or what do you guys say for, like, a man version of an auntie? Because in Arabic we say ammo.
Really? We just say, like...
Uncle. Don't you say uncle?
We just say uncle, I think.
The aunties and the uncles and everyone who maybe feels that their kids are taking over their lives, to our earlier part of the conversation. Do what Amrita said and maybe... have like a pre-prepared breakfast the night before, whatever's easier for you, or like give yourself like even 10 minutes to walk in the day, and you guys got this.
Thank you, Seema, so much for having me on this. This was a really fun conversation.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you to the audience for listening as well.
We hope this gave you some serotonin, guys, and we'll see you soon.